Hello. My name is Charles Webster Baer. Today is July 22nd, 2025. I am in Redmond, Oregon, USA. And I'm running for President of the United States of America in 2028. And I would appreciate your vote. Thank you very much. I'm a libertarian, which means I'm for more freedom and less government. So I support freedom and democracy and freedom of speech and all that stuff. And I'm also for less government. And what that means is that I think every budget for the American federal government should be less than the previous budget. And I think that should be a law. And if it's not, then the Congress is breaking the law and they will be fired for breaking the law, and they won't be able to run for public office again in this country. And they'll be replaced in a snap election. Or they'll be appointed. New ones will be appointed by the governor. And if that law is broken, then the federal budget will be automatically the same thing as it was last year, but 1 or 2% less. So that's what I mean by less government. I mean less government. The government gets smaller. It shrinks because that's the law, and it has to. And if the Congress can pull that off, great. And if they can't, then they'll be fired and replaced, and we'll just use the budget from last year, only it'll be less. And this will continue as long as America's in debt. So as long as America's in debt, this will continue. And if and when America gets out of debt, then we can have a balanced budget amendment and where we don't go back into debt. That's what I mean by less government. More freedom is 100% freedom of speech, online and offline, 100% freedom of the media, online and offline, 100% democracy, the whole thing. Totally. Zero censorship. Zero banning stuff, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And zero religion in government. Zero. None. Total separation of church and state. Completely, 100%. Across the board, nationwide. So please vote for me, Charles Webster Baer, for President of the United States of America in 2028. I'm a libertarian. I'm for less government and more freedom. I'm also an isolationist, which means that I believe that the United Nations can and will handle all or most major foreign policy issues facing this country. Foreign policy issues that directly face this country we'll handle. But stuff that doesn't directly involve us, the United Nations is fully capable of dealing with those issues and will deal with those issues with our support. And that's isolationism. And I am an isolationist. Now, issues that directly impact America, we will deal with immediately and completely, 100%, no problem. I support the United Nations. I support the International Monetary Fund. And they're doing good stuff, and they're going to keep doing good stuff. And the federal government of America can continue to assist them and help them online and offline. This is going to be a very long video. Excuse me. So I'm going to talk about a lot of stuff. And might as well start by talking about me. I was born and raised in Santa Cruz, California in 1969. Original West Side represent. Then I moved to Oklahoma City in 1979. Then I moved to Newport, Rhode Island in 1983, went to high school. Then I moved to Maui in 1987. Then I moved to Hilo, Hawaii on the Big Island to go to college in 1990. And I graduated from the University of Hawaii at Hilo in 1994. Then I went to Santa Fe, New Mexico in 1995. Then I moved to Portland, Oregon in 1999. And I moved to Bend, Oregon in 2007. And I moved to China for 3 years in 2014, 2017. And then in 2019, I moved to Redmond, Oregon, and I'm still here. So if anybody out there can help me escape from Redmond, Oregon, please help me do that. Now, in 2000, in the spring of 2000, in Portland, Oregon, I created GIG, Global Internet Government. And GIG is going to be, the world government, and it's going to provide freedom and democracy to everybody on the planet. And it'll be a platform where people can contribute to the world government and participate in the world government and find out just exactly what's going on, because it'll be totally transparent and they'll be able to monitor their own government's financial shenanigans in real time, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. You can vote on gig. You can say whatever you want on gig. So it'll promote freedom of speech online and democracy online and lots of other good stuff. Gig totally supports the UN and the IMF and will help them do their job better and faster. In 2019, I created Phogg, P-H-O-G-G-G, which is my crypto, and it's 100% transparent because every single unit of currency is accounted for and transparent, including the entire history of that unit of currency, and everybody everywhere can go online and immediately see where every unit of currency is. Who has it, how they got it, when they got it, what they're going to do with it once they do something with it. So it's clean money because it's totally transparent and everybody can see exactly where it is all the time, including what it's done since its conception when somebody buys it. 1 unit of Phogg currency will cost 1 penny, 1 American cent. And you can buy as much as you want, up to $1 billion, because there's a ceiling and a floor. So it's the cleanest money out there because it's the most transparent. It's 100% transparent. You can't be more transparent than that. But it also has a ceiling and a floor. The ceiling is $1 billion American dollars. You can't have more than that because then you have too much money. And the floor the floor is 0, but hopefully, ideally, essentially, in theory, the floor will become enough money so you can buy water to drink and food to eat so you don't die. And the ceiling will always be coming down and the floor will always be going up from 0 very slowly. So it's fair, it's clean, that's why it's the best currency, it's the best crypto, and eventually it'll become the only currency and the only crypto because people want to put their money in the best money out there, and Phogg is the best money out there. And if you want to invest in gig and or Phogg, that'd be fantastic. I'm available, especially if you're in Redmond, Oregon. We have an airport, get a ticket, fly in, we'll have some beers, whatever. So this is why I think you should vote for me for President of the United States of America in 2028 and 2032, and maybe even beyond that, because I have a vision of the future that makes sense. And I'm going to talk about that right now, actually. And I'm going to talk about it for quite a while because it's very important. It's the main issue, the only relevant topic for the rest of our lives. And it's called depopulationism. Now, depopulationism is a word, and it's a big word. Now, I don't know who invented this word, but I started using it in 2019. And if no one wants to take credit for inventing the word depopulationism, I certainly would be happy to take credit for inventing the word depopulationism. Anyway, there are many different opinions about the definition of the word depopulationism. And that's okay. I've got my own opinion about the definition of the word depopulationism. And because I invented the word, or because maybe I invented the word, I think my opinion would carry a little more weight than other people's opinions. Now, the definition of the word depopulationism is that it's illegal for a human being on planet Earth to reproduce a second time for the first few centuries of this millennium. So China created depopulationism in 1979. It was called the one woman, one child policy, or the one child policy. And that's what depopulationism is. It's the one child policy. You can have one child or zero. You have a choice. Choice A is the correct choice. Have zero, don't reproduce, have 0 children. And then choice B is the incorrect choice. Have one child, unless it's twins or triplets or whatever. There is no choice C. You can't reproduce more than once. It's illegal. So China created depopulationism in 1979, and they called it the one-child policy. Now, in the 80s, if the rest of the planet was smart enough, they would have adopted this policy. And then right now, everything would be cool. Everything would be fine. There'd be like 2 billion people on the planet, and everybody would have enough food and clean air and clean water, and there wouldn't be any issues. But in the 1980s, everybody besides China was too stupid to do this, or greedy, or evil, or insane, or whatever. And we didn't do it. And so now we're got the planet we got now, which is less than ideal. And it's getting worse. And it's going to keep getting worse. And that sucks. A lot. Okay. Humans are killing the planet, if we haven't already killed it. But humans don't have the right to kill the planet or threaten it or damage it because that's illegal. It's against the law to kill the planet. And from 1979 to 2016, China was the only country enforcing this law. So China was the only legitimate government until gig. Then in 2016, China stopped enforcing this law. So China stopped being a legitimate government. But gig was still enforcing this law. That's law number 1 for global internet government is depopulationism. That's why I created it. And I became a depopulationist in 1985 in high school. Anyway, since for the last 9 years, the only legitimate government has been global internet government because it's been the only government enforcing the law, and the law is depopulationism. It's illegal to kill the earth. It's illegal to damage the earth. Humans are killing the earth. Humans are damaging the earth. Humans are breaking the law, and somebody needs to enforce the law, and that's me, the depopulationist. The law is depopulationism. Don't kill Earth. And so that's one of the many reasons why you should vote for me, Charles Webster Baer, for President of the United States of America. In every election, in every presidential election in America, until I'm reelected or die. So I don't have a whole lot more to say, actually. That's basically all I have to say. I'm single. I'm heterosexual. I don't have any kids. I don't have any wife or ex-wife. I'm a Buddhist. I've been a Buddhist since 1991, something like that. In my opinion, Buddhists created philosophy and invented the soul when he said, and I don't know he said this, but I'm guessing, that if the universe does not exist, you are the soul. So that's my opinion of Buddhism. And I like to paint. I like to hike. I like to make videos about depopulationism. But depopulationism is my number one priority and always will be. And so I want to make the world a depopulationist world as soon as possible. But I want to start with America because, that's where I'm at. And then go from there. But I don't have to be elected to do this. I can do this with global internet government, whether I'm president or not. Anybody can do this with a world government online. Anybody can create a depopulationist world government, and you should. And even you can do it privately as a private business. You can do it publicly as part of your government. Any government can do this. Any person can do this. And people should do this. And governments should do this. Because then they become legitimate. So, go do it. Anybody can create a transparent and fair crypto. Any government can. Any individual can as a private business. Any government can as a public thing. I'm currently trying to get the Oregon state government to create their own gig and their own fog. And I'm trying to get the Deschutes County government to create its own gig and its own fog. And I've been doing that for a long time. And I'll keep doing it because A, it's the right thing to do, and B, I don't have a whole lot else to do. So that's me. Vote Baer. Please vote for Charles Webster Baer for President of the United States of America in 2028 as a libertarian, more freedom, less government, depopulationism, and so I don't have a lot more to say, really. I mean, I can sit here and ramble on if I wanted to. I don't really think I want to, so I'm probably not going to do that. But anyway, thank you very much for watching this video. And have a great day. And peace in the hood. And adios.